Hey everyone. Just when I think I can take a day off. As you can tell, I'm battling a bit of a cold. I got a cough drop in. Just when you think peace has come over the land of the WNBA and breaking news, a trade comes along that is a blockbuster. That is massive and that can genuinely change the trajectory of two franchises. The Chicago Sky traded their number 3 overall pick for Ariel Atkins, plus the 2027 first round pick swap and the 2027 second round pick from Chicago. Look, Ariel Atkins makes the Chicago Sky better today. She does. She does. Averaged 15 points last season, 35% from 3. Does she make them better today? Yes. But what about tomorrow? What about next year? What about 5 years from now? I have been on the record. If you've kept up with my idea, my thoughts over the course of this free agency period of this offseason, I've been very clear. I was critical of the Sparks when they traded number 2 for Kelsey Plum. I was overjoyed when the Sky were able to get Courtney Vandersloot without trading number 3. And I thought they had absolutely knocked it out of the park this offseason because they got Rebecca Allen, you got Courtney Vandersloot, and you kept number 3. And I thought they were set. And yet now, Ariel Atkins is coming to Chicago. Again, she fits. She fits. But just how much does Ariel Atkins raise your ceiling? Right now, right? I mean, obviously, Angel Reese came in and dominated, right? Angel Reese came in and dominated. Camila Cardoso, I feel like, can be an all WNBA like player like now, right? And I think the same for Angel Reese. So like you have pieces in place, but I'm just I don't think this is the right move, especially after we just saw that Notre Dame game. And we're going to talk about all the college stuff on this upcoming week on Ball Up Top, our weekly podcast on castbasewbb.com. You'll see it throughout the week here on the YouTube. So we're going to talk about the Notre Dame game. We're going to talk about all the stuff that happened this week in this weekend in college basketball. But with this breaking news, I had to hop on. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to get into that. But you just saw what Sonia Citron just did. Who can be the best 3-and-D player in the WNBA and fit perfectly for years and years and years next to your 2-star bigs. Or it's Olivia Miles, who has skyrocketed her 3-point percentage this season and is the perfect point guard that you need because Courtney Vandersloot's only going to be there more than likely for a year, maybe 2 max. And she would have been the perfect point guard to take you into the future for Chicago. And now you have Ariel Atkins, who again fits. And I want to make that clear, fits and makes them better now. But when you look at the tiers that we're upgrading here, how far does that move the Chicago Sky? In comparison to what can you build? And what, especially before the CBA, how many players, how many young players, how many good young immediate contributors can you have on rookie scale contracts? You were able to get that at number 3. And it was going to be either Olivia Miles or it was going to be Sonia Citron. And they were going to fit perfectly. Perfectly. Had they traded number 10 for Ariel Atkins, I would be celebrating this. But you trade 3 and 2 2027 picks? I mean, this is insane. And it's funny. I just got I got the no cat space chat to. I mean, this is all very rough and immediate and everything. I rolled right out of bed. I was under a nice heated blanket. I was cozy. I had a cough drop and I just taken some medicine. And now this. And now this. Angel Reese had tweeted this earlier. Honestly, I'll take either one. Actually, both. Hashtag need that. This was during the Notre Dame game. And to be fair, she also just tweeted this with with the emojis and everything. You know, that's Angel on Twitter. And I'm looking. What's next? I don't know. I don't know what's next. But right now, in this moment, I think that this is a miscalculation from the Chicago Sky front office. This is not the move that speeds this up to me. It's not. Do they get better? Yes, but this does not speed it up. But if you want to look at the Washington side of things, goodness gracious, you have 3, 4, and 6 in this year's draft. I can think of a player at number 1 you could probably go get with that amount of picks. If she doesn't want to go to Dallas, you can probably go get Paige Beckers. But let's say you don't. Let's say you're 3, 4, 6. I mean, goodness. If you want to trade up and go to number 2 and try and get Olivia, you can do that. If you like Sonia, who I think would fit great in Washington, because I think she can fit on any team, you can go get her. Kiki Irieffin, you can go get her. Dominique Malonga, you can go get her. AZ Fudd, like Anissa Moore, like there's so many players. And the Mystics have gone from dormant to they have now gotten in action and now can legitimately, in these next couple drafts, starting with this one right here, can completely reinvigorate this franchise. They have to nail the picks, obviously. But when it comes to building through the draft and taking advantage of the depth in this draft and in future drafts in 2027, Washington is doing what they're needing to do. And they understand they are needing to build through the draft and be patient. Now, Chicago is ahead of Washington in terms of their rebuild. They're ahead of Washington. I still don't think this is the right move. Sonia Citron showed everything in her arsenal today that made her the perfect pick at number 3. Olivia Miles showed you everything, has shown you everything over the course of this season. Again, had this been number 10, I'd be so okay with it. But the caliber of player that can make an immediate impact that you were getting at number 3, that you have now traded away, that is not going to be on a rookie scale contract, that you have now traded away, the potential player in 2027 that you could have under rookie contract control. And we'll see what that swap, it's a swap, not a trade, it's a swap. So that, we'll kind of have to see how that ends up going. But like, you are putting the eggs in the basket now. Because let's say you don't perform. And now you have that swap. And you don't even get that. You need depth in the second round. You don't get that in 27. This is such a forward move now. And I think you could have drafted at 3 and been ready to go in next year or the year after. And unless, from what we know now, there's been no sort of pressure. Like, the moves that they made have been fantastic already in free agency. And I think that they were already going to be, like, they had a very solid chance of being a playoff team. What tier does this put them in now? I don't feel like this makes them a contender. Are they going to be a playoff team? I'd say so. But I don't feel like this makes them a contender. And, again, Ariel Atkins is what? 28 years old, right? It's not like she's some aging vet or anything like that. Like, she is going into her prime. She's in her prime years. So, again, I don't want to undervalue what Ariel Atkins can be in the immediacy. And if she ends up balling and they end up going to the finals, and I will wear that. But right now, in this moment, I don't see it. The fit is perfect in the immediacy, but is it enough to go head-to-head with New York, to go head-to-head with Minnesota, to go head-to-head with Las Vegas? I don't think so. And it's the players that you're trading away that I can't get past. I can't get past. And again, for Washington, you've been dormant. We haven't seen you making moves, but this is a hell of a move for a rebuild, and I'll be very, very interested to see what they end up doing. They could, I think you can make arguments for just about any move that they make here at 3, 4, and 6. You kind of need a little bit of everything. So there's not really a position that you're ruling out by any means. I would be, with this being the strategy, I'm more and more anticipating that we see Dominic Malonga in Washington. But we'll see. Like, because it seems like they're willing to be patient and rebuild, and that has Dominic Malonga written all over it. But 3, 4, and 6, you're getting 3 genuine contributors that can be genuine WNBA players. So we'll have to see. Again, I'm reading the chat, making sure nothing else is happening, but we'll have to see what else happens from here. Could they trade for Paige? Could they take all 3 picks? What do you do? I don't know. Do you package it for a star? I sure hope they don't. If they're smart, they don't. If they're smart, they don't. But with this WNBA free agency, Lord knows. This offseason, Lord knows. Because clearly, whatever my thought process is, and maybe it is the spirit of Sam Presti and the Oklahoma City Thunder just in my veins, and the patience that has been instilled in me to let draft picks happen and draft well when you have them. Maybe that's just what is instilled in my heart, and I can't get past that in my head. But right now, I am worried that the Chicago Sky have rushed this. But only time will tell. Again, ball up top. We're going to be diving into all the college stuff. I'm going to try and recover from this cold, but I had to come and talk this out because again, if you've been following it, you know what I've been saying about this number 3 pick this whole time. They needed to keep it, and they added the vets already around it. I was so happy with the Chicago Sky's free agency. Now I don't know. And now time will tell. Time will tell. That'll do it for me. NoCapSpace.wbb.com. Go check out all of our print stuff. Our podcast is on there. We'll have all the weekly videos this coming week again. No lives or anything today, but we are going to be talking all the college stuff that went down. So be on the lookout for that this week. 5 out dropping tomorrow from Andrew as well, the weekly column in women's basketball. So go subscribe here, like, comment, share, all that. It really does truly help. And again, our paid subscriptions have just dropped on NoCapSpace.wbb.com to get additional content. Everything that's been free is still free. Go get yourself some additional content. There's been a lot of fun stuff that's dropped there already. And I will see you next time.